Hello, mamas. Let me see if I can play with the lighting. Okay, let's see. What does this do? What does this do? This looks a little bit better, I guess. Day 5. Where you at, day 5? I'm just gonna dance. I came home from work. I took a shower. I washed my hair with my unicorn voodoo magic. Got all dressed up because tonight is day 5. I am excited. Where you ladies at? Come on, come on. When you start jumping on, let me know who is here so I can say hey. So tell me who's here. Let me know you can see me, you can hear me. I'm excited. It's day 5. This was such an awesome challenge. I just have to say, just make sure we don't have any wardrobe malfunctions. This was a really awesome challenge. I'm so grateful that so many of you played along. Let's see, is this better? Where are them girls at? Come on, come on. Day 5, day 5. Let's dance, dance. Dancing, day 5, it's day 5. Hey, who's here? Say hey, hey. Tina girl. It's my lucky day. I get to see you twice in a day. We're gonna dance. It's day 5, Wednesday, hump day. I'm so excited. Ladies, first of all, I need you to tell your friends that this challenge is happening. They still have time to catch up because I will be doing the draw for the 30-minute clarity coaching call with moi. I'll do the draw on Saturday, so you still have time. Again, today I got a few texts asking, is it too late to do the challenge? It is not. And I'm super excited because the feedback that you ladies have been giving me, the tags, the shares you've been creating, how all this awareness around you actually understanding that you are already worthy blows my mind. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for you. Tonight is day 5. We're getting into it. Yeah, tell me, how are you liking this challenge so far? I know some of you have said it was a little bit, a little bit challenging, and I'm like, yeah, that's what challenge means. So when you jump on, hey, Nat is here, girl, let's go. Hey, hey. I got all dressed up for you ladies tonight. I put a dress on. I got my fuzzy socks because I'm cold, but I figured I'm gonna dress up. I'll show up for you ladies. I want to let y'all know that you're doing it, and I'm so excited. I'm so proud of all of the awareness that you ladies have already created. Just the little switches that are going off because you ladies are actually starting to question. Thanks, girl. Got those in San Diego. You ladies are starting to question things that you have taken probably as your identity for forever. You're like, wait a minute, do I agree with this? You're starting to take stands, and this is what I love. This is what the whole I Am Worthy AF challenge is about. It's about taking a stand and saying, yo, I'm not gonna, this is me. You're creating your boundaries. You're actually paying attention to who you let in your lives, right? And what you wanna do with your life, because things happen, right? Again, things happen. I guess I could maybe let some bombs fall, but life happens. And your choice is, are you gonna lay down or are you gonna get back up? And I'm all about get back up. We are not victims to our stories. We're not. Those are simply little chapters. And I need to tell you ladies something straight up. Everybody has a chapter that they don't read out loud. Everybody. Some of us have maybe even a few. So whatever your story is that you have created in your head, I need you to know that's just a chapter. That's just a part of the whole story. So you're still writing your book. And this is why I'm so friggin' fired up, because we are days away, like, what is it, 6 weeks-ish? We're like 40, what was it, 46, 47 days left before 2019. So this is the rev up. This is to say, look at your whole year. Just look, did you create what you wanted to this year? Did you show up in ways that you wanted to show up? And if not, why? And tonight's talk is all about that. Tonight's talk is how we get stuck so big in our head. We get stuck there. We keep playing small because we're afraid what other people are going to think of us. girls, who cares? People are always going to judge, so let them. The way I like to look at it is, when somebody has a comment that if they are offering me commentary that can help me be a better person, sure, I can listen, right? It doesn't have to be my identity though. People's opinions of you should never don't ever take that as your identity. It's not, right? But if they're just throwing stuff to throw at you, you don't even have to deal. Like, that's not yours. Don't hold it. We are all mirror images of each other, and sometimes what happens is when we're coming from living in our head, a lot of us are stuck in comparison and the jealousy and being envious and all the things because we don't know how to get back in our hearts and do the thing that we want to do. We're watching everybody else do it, but here, I'm going to tell you straight up, nobody has it figured out in life. Nobody. I don't care who you follow, they are still just winging it. We're all just winging it. There's no such thing as perfection, and nothing is inspired by perfection. Nothing. When was the last time you saw something so perfect and was like, I wish I could be like that? Like, no. Nothing is inspired by perfection. We like raw. We like real. Don't we, ladies? Tell me, give me some love. Give me some love because it's like oxygen. Tell me if you feel me that you would prefer to see somebody real, show up, and do the thing. They're learning as they go, right? And the way I see it is we weren't all just born walking. We had to learn how to hold up our heads. We had to learn how to all the things, right? So why do you think that you're going to just succeed on your first try at whatever it is that you want to do? You're not. You have to allow yourself the space to be a beginner. So tonight's challenge is all about that. I'm going to talk about those excuses that you have in your head, the excuses that tell you that you're not smart enough, you're not funny enough, you're not whatever enough. Fill in the blank. Those excuses, they are not your labels. They're not your identity. That is just you, your head, your ego keeping you small. That is just you telling yourself, well, maybe if I play small, I'm not going to disturb anybody. I'm not ruffling feathers. And this way, the attention's not on me. And again, it doesn't have to be about, like when we switch it, it doesn't have to be big scheme things. When you start showing up in your life and doing what you want because you want to do it, you give permission to other people to do the same. And the truth is, when you start showing up for yourself in all areas of your life, you start glowing from the inside out. People are going to ask you, what's different? What did you do? What's so different? Right? And that different, that's you being your full you. You have been so used and accustomed to probably wearing masks, censoring yourself, being afraid to be your full self. No, girlfriend. You are worthy now. Boom, you win. Mic drop. A lot of us women, we think that we need permission. Here is your permission. Go out and live your best life. You go out. You are entirely up to you. Nobody's going to show up at your door. When I give talks, when I coach my inner group, a lot of the talk is all about trying to manage everybody else's schedule. And the thing is, nobody is going to show up at your door and say, here's an extra 24 hours, do what you want with it. That doesn't exist. There's no fairy like that, right? And if you have a fairy like that, send them to my house, okay? Because I could use some extra hours. The truth of the matter is, that doesn't happen. Nobody shows up and says, here. Nobody. You have to take it upon yourself. And if you're always waiting for the perfect moment, either to get out of debt or to, finish school, or when the kids are older, or when I have kids, or all these excuses, they keep you small and you're not stepping fully into your being. So the I Am Worthy AF challenge is just to shake you up. I want you to see those are excuses. That's all it is. You can let them go. They are not your true self. That is not your truth. Your truth is what you came here to do. So what did you come here to do? Are you wanting to write a book? Do you want to, I don't know, man, throw me out some ideas. What do you want to do? Do you want to be a painter, a dancer, a singer, or what? What do you want to do, right? Because we weren't just born to clock in and clock out. That is not true. We were not just born for that. We were born for greatness, and greatness comes through trial and error. You have to keep showing up and showing up and showing up and showing up. You modify, keep showing back up. The thing is that when you get knocked down, because life will knock you down. You will probably get called out. You will probably have people say, oh, you're so lucky, right? And the thing is, luck doesn't exist. I don't believe in luck. I think that those people who look like they're overnight successes, if you actually look at their stories, they have been grinding for years on end. It just poof happened. Okay? They just kept showing up. It's not like they woke up and it's like, that doesn't happen. They keep showing up. When people get really good at doing their craft, it's because they keep showing up, and they show up in all of their being. They understand that, even if they're not, making it to be the best it is yet, they're practicing. They allow the space to be a beginner. They keep showing up. I love it. Yeah, that'd be cool. So I want you to look at your life and see. I love that, Nat. I want you to look at your life and see, like, am I living the life that I want? Because the thing is, if you're not, that's on you. That is on you. You have to turn around and see, what can you do? And I'm not presuming to know your circumstance, but I do know you have a choice. We are all born with choice. You have the choice to stand up for yourself, or you have the choice to sit down and keep doing like you've been told. Right? What are you going to do with your one life? This is your one life. So stop waiting for somebody to give you permission, or stop waiting for somebody to validate you and say, yes, keep going, or you should do this. Take the stand yourself. And that is the bravest step you'll ever take. I'm telling you straight up. It is scary. But when it feels scary, that's when you know you're going in the right direction. That fear you're having, that's actually your flashlight. I want you to look at fear like a flashlight. It's telling you, go this way. Because when you go this way, you're going to get all kinds of incredible gifts. You're going to understand, you're going to self-discovery, all the things. Because you're brave enough to do this. You definitely are. You are so brave, and you just need to see that. You just need to know that. Feel it in your heart. And the thing that you can remember is, you're not always going to feel like that. So that's when you look to other people doing like you want to do, and you borrow a bit of their confidence. That's all it is. You just borrow a bit of, I'm not saying copy, no copycats, right? You show up in your own authentic way. You can be saying the same message pretty much that somebody else is saying, but with your unique stories and your unique voice, it makes it yours. But you show up authentically. And when you're yourself and you're in your integrity, that allows other people to show up and be themselves as well. And that to me is beautiful. That to me is beauty. Isn't it not? And when I get asked sometimes, like, how are you so confident? Oh God, girl, I'm not always confident. You know what confidence, who here wants to know what real confidence is? Real confidence is taking the scary, messy action steps, falling flat on your face, getting back up and doing it again. And again and again and again. Why? Because you get reps under your belt. And with those reps under your belt, those mini wins, like I like to call it, that helps you build competence. When you start building competence at what you're working for, then you get confidence, right? And I'm not talking confidence like ego boost. I'm talking confidence like you know in your being that you're showing up like you're supposed to. You're being who you want to be. So I want to tell you right now, you're going to start. How do you start? You just start by starting. What you're going to do, you are going to write a list, write at least 5 things of why you should be worthy of doing what it is you want to do. Now, when you start this list, it's really easy to start going to the negative and saying like, oh, I don't have this, I don't have that, You're going to interrupt those thought patterns. We've already talked about that. Interrupt it, and you're going to go right to contrast. Why not you? Why not you? Right? My role as your leader is not to just coddle you and say, oh, life is hard. Oh, no. Life is hard for you because it's supposed to be. You're in a season of growth. You're going to picture that little seed that's got to sprout, okay? You were planted, now grow, right? And for those people who say, I've read all the books, I've done all the things, there was an awesome quote that an awesome speaker on stage at San Diego, and she was like, you are either green and growing or you're ripe and rotting. So which are you going to be? You are either green and growing or you're ripe and rotting. There is no such thing as already knowing all the things. There is none. So you need to we have 2 ears. I tell this to Loic all the time. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth because we're supposed to be listening and observing more than we are speaking, right? We can observe and learn so many things from other people, and maybe you might know of certain things, but guaranteed there's a different perspective you can see it from, and that is growth. So are you green and growing, or are you ripe and rotting? How are you showing up? Yes, 5. I know that sounds challenging, right? 5 reasons of why you want to live the life you want to live. Why are you worthy? You're going to write it out, and you're going to write from your truth, not from your fears, not from your shadow, not from the ego work that's telling you that you're not smart enough and you're not this enough and you're not whatever enough. The thing I want you ladies to do is understand, if nothing changes in your life, nothing will change. Who is the one person, the one constant? You. You are entirely up to you, love. You get to decide what you want in your life, and you show up. You call the shots. You are the key player in your story. That's it. That's all it is. You show up. You're the author. You're not a secondary character. So stand up. You cannot be a victim. You are not what your parents did to you. You are not how you were raised. You are not the fact that you probably don't have two dimes to rub together. You are not. You are not those things. You are inside already whole. Now you're going to learn to get resourceful. What is it that you want? Stop playing small. Show up in your fullness. See, I know for myself, I've been playing small. And I've already mentioned this. Since coming back from San Diego, what day are we? We're the 14th. So it's going to be almost a month now that I'm back and fired up, and I developed a whole course because my role is to help women stop binging. I want women to stop dieting. I want us to stop this whole biggest loser mindset that we fall into. And again, losing weight or wanting to lose weight is not wrong. It's the means to the end to get there. If all you do is beat yourself up because you think that you're not worthy in the skin you are in now, you will never be worthy in your own mind. Never. Why? I lived it. Why? I've watched backstage all these women prepping for this show to backstage only pick themselves apart, not understanding that they've already arrived, not understanding that they already hit the goal they wanted. To them, it wasn't good enough. When you see yourself as individual body parts, then there's a problem. Why is there a problem? Because we live in a society that tells us there's only one way to have a body, and I'm tired of it. So no, you can show up fully in your being. You can work on becoming healthier. Healthier, ladies, ultimate health has nothing to do with this physical body. It's all here and here, right? All that other stuff, the weight loss and all that other stuff comes as a byproduct by showing up for yourself and respecting yourself as a whole, respecting your body as a temple. So yes, I want to dream bigger. My goal is to actually help women stop dieting. I want to teach them what food really is, right? Food is not bad. Food is not good. It is not clean. It is not dirty. It's just damn food. Eat it and move on. You do way more damage to your body by eating a hamburger and beating yourself up over it than you do eating a salad the same way, eating a salad and telling yourself how much it sucks and you hate salad. Like, you do way more damage, this mental chatter that you have and the way that you pick yourself up apart, body part by body part. We are not individual body parts. We are the full package. So what I want to do is step fully, and I want to help women stop binging, and not just on food. Because in my coaching practice, I've been coaching now for many, many years, there seems to be this trend, a correlation even between binging on the food and binging on the money. It's the same damn thing. Binging on whatever, binging on the sex, binging on this, binging on partners that we know don't value us. Binge. It's the same thing. So I developed a program based all on that, on how to teach women how to get back in their power and how to stop those cycles because they're not serving them, right? And then that program will be the program to make them stop running after all these other things and instead get back inside. We're gonna do some healing work. So yeah, I'm tired of playing small. I'm going for the big game. I want to help. I want to impact one lady to say, man, I stopped binging. Why? Because I know what that feels like. right? Feeling like you're not in control, feeling like, oh, I have to binge. I'm happy, I'm gonna binge. I'm stressed, I'm gonna binge. I'm sad, I'm gonna binge, right? I know what that feels like. And we all have a story. We all have a story of something that we overcame. And that story you need to be talking about. You need to share with other people, because you didn't go through that by yourself, just for yourself. You went through that to help somebody else. Guaranteed, I can tell you straight up. Our struggles, they're not just meant for us in private. They are not. You need to show up. That's why I started talking more honestly about getting out of debt. That's why I started talking more honestly about relationships and how they can be difficult sometimes, right? All of the things. Mark and I were going to bring a whole other aspect to our Mark and Crystal show of honesty, right? Because I know that I'm craving that. I'm craving that. I'm tired of seeing all these things that look perfect. Nothing is perfect. Nothing is perfect. It's all curated, highlighted reels, right? I mean, right before I jumped on this show, I was on the couch. I had a robe on because I was cold, and I was like, ugh, right? Feeling tired. It's not all, it's not. It's just the way life is. It's not what people think. Then I turn this on and you ladies light me up, so it's amazing. But I want you, what you're gonna do, your task for today, also to share with your sisters, right? Share with your sisters, because we need to encourage them. Your task for today is to write down what is the thing that you wanna do. Then you're gonna write 5 reasons of why you are worthy. You're gonna write from your truest self, your highest self. You're writing from your truth, why you are worthy of having whatever it is you want. Why? Don't worry about the how. Don't worry about any of that. You put it on paper. I'm so big on that. Then we're going to take it a step further. You're going to create a vision board. I want you can do it on your phone. Some people are more digital, right? I'm still old school with pen and paper and scissors and glue. You're going to grab a board. I actually have one here. I don't know if you see my socks, but anyways, I got myself a board because I'm about to redo my vision board. It's been a few years since I've done one, and I'm like, that's it. We're gonna do a vision board, and I'm gonna also do a family vision board of what we want as a family going forward. You're gonna create whatever speaks to your heart. So if it's cutting out pictures, cutting out words, drawing anything, you do it, and let your heart speak to you. That is your soul. Let it just flow out of you. Okay? So that is your task. You can, you can share it with me. That is part of getting into the draw. Tag me in your pictures. Let us know what's up. Be brave. Be brave. Another cool thing that I want to invite you ladies to is this. I created a private, free Facebook group attached to this page where I can do extra little, because I was just thinking of that today, that if we had been in the group, it might have been a little bit easier for the women all to see each other's posts and for us to encourage each other. So I'm going to create like that sisterhood where we feel safe, a safe place to connect, and it's called Radiant Rebels. Why? Because we're already glowing, we're already worthy, and we're going against what society has given us. Right? We're going against the prescribed notion of what it is to be female in this world, right? Because there's more than one way to have a body. There's more than one way to have a voice. And we are worthy already right now. And I want to just have that as an empowering little pod squad, if you will. So if you want to join, it's free. All you have to do is request. If you go look it up, whatever the search bar, look for Radiant Rebels, #TeamGlow. Right? Team Glow. I'll add you to the group. And in that group, it's going to be just basically anytime I want to do an extra challenge, which tell me, did you like this challenge? If you did, I have more coming for sure. So we can do more challenges, all the things, touch base, because you ladies need to know how magnificent you already are. How powerful you already are. I just need you to step it fully into your being, right? See it for what it is. Stretch that mindset laterally. Stretch it. It's just like an elastic. Once we stretch it, it can never take its original form. And that is beautiful. That is growth, right? You're stretching an elastic. Picture that when you're growing, right? When life feels hard, it's because you're growing. I tell this to Loic all the time. When things seem challenging, it's because his mindset is growing. It's challenging. So just like an elastic, I mean, if an elastic was a real thing, right? Was a real person, do you think think that it would like to be stretched? No, it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good. But once it's stretched, it's good to go. So I want you to picture it like that. It's the same thing. I want you to stop holding on to your limitations. Stop fighting for them. You need to stop fighting for your limitations. The minute you say, I can't because, then of course you can't. You're right. Of course you can't, because you already think you can't. You need to start saying the opposite, contrast. Why can't you? Stop saying that you're broke. No, you're not broke. You choose to put your value in something else. That's fine. Stop saying you don't have time to XYZ. It's not that you don't have time. It's that it's not a priority. Take responsibility for your life. This is what this is about. And people who take responsibility for their lives, they show up in a whole other way. They play at a whole other level in their lives. And when they're playing at that level, other people around are like, ooh, I didn't know we can do that. I want to do that too. So this there is like a feed forward cycle. It's like a domino effect. We light one match and we pass it on and we pass it on and we light up the sky. That is what I want to see for us. I want us to know we're not any of those things that other people said about us. You're not. Yes, girlfriend, we can, because we are worth it already. There is no prerequisite. There is none. There is no need to earn the right to XYZ. You want it, you get up, you do it. Nobody is going to give it to you. You have to show up for yourself. You can't let your past or how you were raised or how you're presently living determine who you're going to be, right? Because if you stay stuck and focused on what it is you're living or what it is you've already lived, right? You ladies understand this, right? When you're always focusing on the past, you're living in depression, right? When you're always stressing about the future, that's anxiety. Let's get back to present, back to base right now. What happened, happened. Do your healing around that. Understand that the people who raised you and the powers of influence around you did the best they could with what they had. If you have healing to do, do it. Hey, Daphne, right? Stop worrying about the future. You don't have control over that. You have no control. So every time you worry, that is stealing minutes of joy. And we all deserve to live in joy. So if you're constantly no, man, put that on a journal, get a notepad, take some notes, put it off and let it go, because you have no control over that. And ask yourself, this is how you know that you don't have control over it. What are these thoughts going to do to benefit my XYZ, right? If they're not giving you any positive benefit, then let them go. If your thoughts are actually putting your ass in gear to change, let's say you lost your job and you're stressed about the future and your thoughts are, oh, I'm nervous, I'm anxious, I don't know what I'm going to do. Yes, those can be beneficial. Why? Because it's going to put a fire under your ass to get up and go figure stuff out, right? Instead of sitting on your couch and saying, oh, woe is me, and this always happens to... You're not a victim. You're not a victim. Get up. You are not this present circumstance. You are not the past circumstance. And who you want to become, girlfriend, that is who you choose to show up to be. So who do you want to be, and how do you have to become her? How do you have to become her? Right? Stop playing small. Live big. It's time to live big, because I find when we're little girls, we dream so big. I had massive dreams, right? And somewhere along the way, how many of us are still dreaming? And if we do dream, we keep it so small, because we're afraid what other people are going to think, or we're afraid, what if I look like a failure, or we're afraid. Listen, dream bigger. Dream bigger. If you dream bigger, you have that much more chances of showing up fuller, right? To live the biggest, best life ever. Live your best life. Get up and do it. Just do it. And on those sucky days, you're going to take out that list of the 5 things of why you're worthy, and you're going to reread why you're worthy of it. That's going to be your little reminder of, oh, right? And another thing you can do for all of you who are worried what other people think, this is brilliant. This comes from Brene Brown herself. You're going to grab the smallest little piece of paper. Let me demonstrate. You're going to grab a little piece of paper. Actually, this is too big. Little piece of paper. I've probably been talking too long. Little piece of paper. I would say this is even too big. You're going to put all the names of the people that matter the most to you, like their opinions are die hard for you. You're going to put it on this. And no, you're not going to write their names super small. You're going to write normally. Do they fit? No. Good. That's the point. Who cares? Everybody has an opinion. Their opinion is not your identity, right? So I always say, if somebody's got a criticism to give me, I'm going to listen to it if it's going to help me be a better person. But if you're not in the same arena as me, right, that I put that on my podcast. Oh, by the way, ladies, I do have a podcast as well. I think that was on episode 2 or 3. I can't remember. 4. Anyways, it's on there. If you're not, if this is how you look at it, if you are not in, if that other person is not in the arena doing the same thing that you are, they don't have a say. They don't have a say, right? I like to volunteer in my community. I've actually had to step down the last few years because I was doing a lot, but this is something really interesting. Those who volunteer, they always show up. They're give. I get it. We also have to learn boundaries. Women, learn your boundaries. It's okay to say no. It does not make you a bad person. But I always found that it doesn't matter whatever event there is always going to be naysayers. Now, did those naysayers show up to any of the planning committees? Did those naysayers lift a finger to help with any of anything? No, then they don't have a say, right? If all it is just to bitch and complain, listen, be productive. If you're going to complain about something, offer a solution, right? That's what it is. I'm telling you straight up. If people are going to complain about things, have a friggin' solution. Exactly, because people, that's the thing, that is beautiful. We can't pay our bills with people's opinions. That don't work, right? I can tell you right now, for the longest time, I didn't want to talk about my unicorn voodoo magic, right? I didn't want to talk about that because I was like, oh, what are people going to say? Then I'm like, screw that. I got nice hair. I'm going to tell people there's nothing wrong with that. And people can run the other way. It's not like I'm blasting your pages with all kinds of things. I'm not. We're having conversations. You don't like it, that's cool. Somebody doesn't like you, let them go. Somebody doesn't want to be in your life, let them go. We stop holding on so hard and stop trying to control. The thing is, we try to control the whole situation and we try to manage everybody's expectations or everybody's outcomes. You have no control. All you have control over is how you show up in your life. You let somebody else live their full experience. And as women, we are just natural caregivers. Doesn't matter whether or not we have people to care for. We are just natural caregivers. That's just in our nature. That's why we're born with this friggin' guilt button, which has got to go. What you need to do is understand you are not responsible for protecting, especially moms out here. You can't protect your kids from their pain. Stop it. Their pain is for them. Their pain helps them grow. You can hold their hand through it, but you have to stop trying to fight their fights. You need to show up in a different way. You need to teach them strategies because this world is gonna knock them down. We need to stop bubble wrapping all the people, right? Sometimes certain people are meant to hit their rock bottom. Don't deny them that. You can love on them all you want. Send them love. But the more that you enable them, they'll never hit their rock bottom. Some people are meant to hit rock bottom. That is where their growth will come. We need to stop trying to bubble wrap everything. And that might sound heartless. That's fine. But I know that I didn't come to this world to save everybody. I came to save me. And by me saving me and me showing up fully in my being, I'm giving permission to everybody else to do the same. Because the thing is, and what's her name? Byron Katie, she's another good one to read. Byron Katie says it, she explains it so perfectly. There are 3 ways to live your life in the world. You can live in God's life or universe or whatever it is you want to call. I really hate when people start correcting what their highest power is. Listen, I believe in love. All the things, love. Okay, cool. Insert what your highest power is. You can live in somebody else's life. That's when you're always trying to micromanage or protect or do all the things, or you can live in your life. And the thing is, if you're worried about God's life, and God's life would be things like natural disasters and all those things, or if you're busy living in so-and-so's life, oh, you know, so-and-so lost their job, I feel so bad. If you're stressed for them, who's living your life? Because you can't live in all 3. You can only live in one. Which are you going to choose? Right? Byron Katie. Check her out. Honestly, when you understand that, you show up differently, and you understand, listen, I can feel with you. People don't need solutions. They need people to feel with them. They have the solutions. Feel with them. Feel with them. Let them step fully in their being. Boom. Mic drop. That's what I think. So, all of this to say, hey, I'm getting a lot of comments. Hello, Angel. So many beautiful ladies showed up. You ladies are the bomb.com. So what you are going to do, 3 things. If you want to be on the free group, it's called Radiant Rebels, #TeamGlow. Go ask to join. I will put you in. That's just going to be like a little pod squad for us ladies to, you know, have deeper conversations. Number 2, what you're going to do, you're going to write a list of 5 reasons why you're worthy of living the life you want. 5 reasons of why. And the minute your ego starts saying you're not this enough, you're not that enough, you're going to interrupt that thought. Interrupt it and choose contrast. Why not you, right? And the 3rd thing you're going to do is create a vision board. A vision board of the life that you want. Dream, excuse me, I keep burping. So rude. Dream big, girls. Dream big, right? This is part of the glow up. The glow up is when we start showing up fully in our beings and we take back our power and we don't give it away. We take it back. We reclaim it for what it is. So you show up in your being. I'm going to start showing up different in a leader in my being. I'm going to start serving the women that I need to serve, those women who struggle with binge eating and binge spending and not a fear of food, all those things. I'm going to help those women who keep constantly are after the next diet, after the next diet, after the next diet. I want to help those women. You showed up to do what you were meant to show up for. That is what I got for you girls. Awesome. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah. And any golden nuggets you want to hashtag, people's opinions don't pay your bills. They don't. If only they did, but they don't. Everybody's got an opinion. That's what it is. That's life. Confidence comes from knowing who you are. That's what it is. You keep showing up. You build the competence in who you are as a person. You take up full space in your body. You take up full space in your life. You change lives right there. So that is what I've got, my loves. I am going to, thank you, Denise. I am now going to go and spend some time with my man, with my king, because he just got off work too. And I am so grateful for you ladies. Again, I'm choosing the winner on Saturday. So this is day 5. This is the end. If you did really like this challenge or love this challenge, let me know because I have more coming. And I thought it was really fun. Don't forget to ask to join to be part of the group, Radiant Rebels. And I love you. Don't forget how much you are loved, okay? Also, I will add the graph very shortly for day 5. So it's awesome that you ladies are sharing that. Keep showing up. Keep showing up, girls. Peace, love.